What is up, guys? Crisis here. I'm back in the Mists of Pandaria beta on my mage, this time playing Fire for a DPS test. I'm not going to even go over talents, because honestly, none of them help. Just so you can see it, none of these are going to help DPS except for Firebomb, so I'm not even going to go over it. What I am going to say real quick is, Mage Armor gives 1000 Mastery, Molten Armor gives 5% crit. I don't know which one's better, because Mastery is Ignite, so a lot of Mastery could potentially outweigh 5% crit, even though crits give you Pyroblast. So, I'm not going to waste time. Let's just hop into this. We're just going to see what we can do here as far as DPS goes. Should be interesting to see what I can get to. My mage doesn't have the best gear, but, I mean, it is what it is. As you can see, you now have to crit twice in a row to proc Pyroblast, but it's okay because one of your skills is an automatic crit, so if you crit with, say, Fireball, you can then use Inferno Blast to automatically crit another Pyroblast, or to automatically crit and get a Pyroblast. Another thing that's worth noting with that, actually, is it only has an 8-second cooldown. I actually don't know how long the thing stays for if you get a crit, but it might actually be, yeah, it's 10 seconds. So you could actually use this skill, then wait, and use it again, and get 2 of them. Crit twice with just Inferno Blast to proc Fireball, to proc Pyroblast. Could be useful in a battleground or something of the sort. I'm not using Combustion, even though it's really good, and it only has a 45-second cooldown, because I just want to see what you can do with these skills. Obviously, if I use Combustion, if I use, you know, if I blow all my cooldowns, if I pop Bloodlust and all that, then yeah, my DPS is going to be higher. But I just want to see, say you're fighting a trash mob or something of the sort, where you're not going to be popping Combustion every trash mob. Also because of the fact that I'm going to be doing this test twice, once as Mage Armor and once as Flame Armor, Molten Armor, is that what it's called? And I don't want the results to be skewed because of that. Because I don't want to have, like, whatever, I don't want to have Pyroblast or Ignite or something do more damage one time than the other time, and that would mess up the results. I'd rather just be without it. Obviously, the results are going to be a bit skewed for personal error and all that, but I just want to minimize that as much as possible. Also, I'm going to do this for about 3 minutes. 3 minutes seems like a good time for the warrior test. Obviously, boss fights are significantly longer than 3 minutes, but I don't want to stand here for all day. And I know no one wants to watch a video of me standing here all day. And this is just like a rough test, not a serious thing. 'Cause a serious test would be like 30 minutes just to super know everything about it, but yeah. Just about done here. Which is good, because I'm also just about out of mana, bizarrely. So that actually works out just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and stop here. That's it. 3 minutes. Should drop combat in a second. And we'll see what my DPS was at. If I ever drop combat, which I'm not doing. Oh, because I have my pet out. Okay, so that was 3 minutes, 11 seconds. 25,000 DPS. Now, I'd like to note my warrior, who has significantly more raid gear, did 23,000 DPS, or 22,000 DPS. So, apparently mages are much better than warriors. That was with Mage Armor up, so we're going to swap over to Molten Armor. I'm not going to do a third test with Magic. What the hell is that armor called? I don't even fucking know. I'm not going to do a third test with Frost Armor. That's what it is. Because 5% spell haste, I don't think you're going to use that as fire. I could see Mastery and I could see Crit, but 5% haste isn't enough to warrant using that. So, I'm going to do another test. I'm again not going to use Combustion. And, I'm not going to pop, like, Mirror Image or any cooldowns like that. Once I hit full mana, I'll see what I can do. I'm going to try to make sure it's still at about 3 minutes, roughly, where I finish. And, yeah. As soon as I hit full mana, I'll start yet again with test number 2. Alrighty. Yeah, here we go. Now again, obviously, it might be a little bit different because if I crit, like right now I'm critting a ton, so it's possible that, yeah, the results aren't going to be the same. But again, I do have the crit thing on, so I will obviously be critting more, or at least I should be in theory. I'm pretty sure the crit will do. I think the mage arm or the molten armor is gonna be more damage than the. I'm just gonna say the crit one is more damage than the mastery one. God damn, I can't remember shit. It's like 5 a.m. I don't remember a damn thing. But I'm going to assume that that's gonna be the case, just because. Even though mastery is really good, crit is obviously really, really good for a fire mage. So this is also kind of hard without having timers for living bomb, but that's okay. We're gonna make do. At a little over a minute here. Just mashing this one button. Spamming the fireballs. I don't have Scorch, obviously, because I don't really think Scorch will be that useful in the majority of situations compared to Ice Flows. Man. So many crits. Crits for days. Jeez. What am I at? A little over 2 minutes? Alright. Mana seems to be kind of an issue. I'm under half mana again this time around. Whoa, that was some lag. Jesus Christ. Alright, that was a bit bizarre. But okay, no big deal. I think that this test is still more than I did on the last one. DPS wise, to be honest. Alright, just gonna do one more living bomb rotation and then. Alright, that'll be it for the DPS here. That was 3 minutes, just about. Yeah, so that was 7 less seconds, but 7 seconds isn't that big of a deal. DPS was 28,000 compared to the 25,000. That was 3,000 more DPS. So, yeah, that's quite a bit. Honestly, I mean, look at that. I mean, I did 300,000 more DPS, more damage in 3 minutes. That's 100,000 more a minute. So, yeah, that's actually a pretty distinct difference. I mean, obviously that was only 3-minute tests for both, so longer tests might result differently. But honestly, I'm pretty sure that for fire, crit is still going to be the way to go. Unless you have a ton of mastery, then it might change, but probably not. Anyways, I think that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys have any classes you want to see a DPS test for, feel free to let me know and I'll get it done. But with that, I'm out. Peace, guys.